Imagine Earth, but humans never existed. No cities, no roads, no smartphones, and no annoying alarm clocks. Sounds peaceful, right? But here's the weird part. Earth wouldn't just be a cleaner version of our planet, it would be an entirely different world. So let's erase one species from history, us. Around 300,000 years ago, Homo sapiens appeared, except this time we don't. And something very important happens. Absolutely nothing. Earth keeps going. Forests grow, animals hunt, volcanoes erupt, and somewhere a squirrel is probably still making terrible decisions. But nobody becomes the dominant species. There are still lions, wolves, crocodiles, and sharks. Nature already has plenty of ways to ruin your afternoon. But no one builds cities. No one turns forests into farms. And nobody looks at a perfectly good mountain and says, you know what this needs? A parking lot. For thousands of years, ecosystems develop without us. Forests spread into places where cities once stood. Except there are no cities. Rivers aren't redirected to feed billions of people. And the night sky? Absolutely insane. Without light pollution, the Milky Way would be visible from huge parts of the planet. Imagine looking up and seeing thousands of stars instead of someone's giant billboard. Now here's where it gets interesting, the animals. Some species that humans push toward extinction might still be here. Woolly mammoths disappeared around the end of the last ice age, with humans playing a role alongside climate change and other pressures. Without us, their story could have been very different. Countless other animals would also avoid hunting, habitat destruction, and human expansion, and animals wouldn't need to learn one very important rule. Avoid the weird, hairless ape. But here's the twist. Without humans, could another species eventually take our place? Maybe. Evolution doesn't work like Pokemon. There isn't a progress bar saying, congratulations, you unlocked civilization. But intelligence can be useful. Crows solve problems. Elephants have incredible memories. Dolphins are highly social. Some primates already use tools. Given enough time, one of these animals could potentially become much more intelligent. Or none of them do. And that's actually the strangest possibility. Maybe human-level intelligence isn't the inevitable destination of evolution. Maybe we're just an incredibly weird accident. Because evolution doesn't have a goal. It's not trying to create smarter animals. It's simply asking one question. Did you survive long enough to reproduce? If yes, great. If no, well, evolution doesn't send apology emails. Now remove humans completely and agriculture disappears too. No massive wheat fields, no rice farms, no cattle ranches, no billions of chickens being raised for us. The planet would probably have far fewer domesticated animals, and huge areas currently covered by farms would return to forests and grasslands. Then there's the atmosphere. No humans means no industrial revolution, no coal plants, no oil refineries, no millions of cars filling the air with exhaust. Earth's climate would still change naturally because nature has never exactly been predictable. Volcanoes would erupt, ice ages would come and go, and oceans would shift. But there would be no human-driven climate experiment. And imagine the silence. Take a modern city and remove every human sound. No traffic, no construction, no airplanes, no horns. No one shouting into their phone because they somehow have full signal in the basement. Just wind, rain, insects, and birds. Nature would sound completely different. But don't imagine this world as a perfect animal paradise. Nature is brutal. Animals would still starve. Predators would still hunt. Diseases would still spread. Storms would still destroy habitats. Species would still go extinct. The difference is simple. One gigantic force would be missing. Us. And now comes the weirdest part. If humans never existed, there would also be no music, no movies, no books, no languages, no moon landing, no one looking at the stars and asking what they are. The universe would still exist. The stars would still burn. Planets would still orbit. But nobody would be here to wonder why. That's what makes our existence so strange. We're one animal that became powerful enough to change an entire planet, and curious enough to ask where we came from. So if humans never existed, Earth might be greener, quieter, and filled with animals that had never heard of us. But there would be nobody here to notice. The universe doesn't need humans. Earth doesn't need humans. Yet after billions of years of stars, planets, oceans, and evolution, we showed up and started asking questions.